Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. 2001 Toyota Tacoma Pre-Runner V6 4-wheel drive with relatively high miles, 221,000 miles on the clock. It's a manual transmission. And the owner brought today starter to be replaced due to the erratic intermittent function. Also, he wants to have done clutch fluid flush and brake fluid flush. So let's look together in this video on this beautiful Toyota starter which he brought with him. We are all geeks, aren't we, Toyota geeks? We love this OEM stuff. So this is the part number. It's direct from Toyota USA, and you might see here RMFD starter, remanufactured. And I believe I remember it correctly. For certain vehicles, Toyota actually will not supply you with the brand new starter. It is remanufactured, I believe, in Japan by Denso. So that's interesting fact. You can obviously buy aftermarket from aftermarket suppliers, but the owner decided to go OEM. I already looked inside and that baby, it's cute. Let me show you. So let's show how it comes in the box. Doing it by the hand, it's not a good idea. Oh yeah, I just wanted to show you how it's packed. Really thick paper, that's pretty cool. And let's take this beauty out. I will try to show that starter in entire detail. Hopefully the camera will keep in focus. So really you can see here remanufactured Toyota, the same number, it's a Denso. I like it. It feels brand new to me. I don't know why it will be called remanufactured. If you put this in the box and you say it's brand new, I will never doubt it, because it really looks brand new to me. So let's go see how complicated or easy is to replace it on 2001 Tacoma V6 4-wheel drive. So now it's the question, where is starter located on 5AZFE, huh? And if I take you here, the wheel is off. You might say, Peter, he asked you to replace the starter, not to do a tire rotation. Just keep it together. Well, my friend, this is the way how we will be removing it. Here are the clips. I will finish removing the other ones. And here is the starter. It's actually on the passenger side of the engine. So I have used this tool to remove those remaining clips on the shield. And when you work on electric stuff like an alternator or starter, you have to disconnect the battery. Extremely important. Hopefully I can reach there and you can see, yes, Peter is taking precautions and disconnected it. I will continue with disconnecting the main wire, which is covered with that plastic piece. Do you see that? So I will pull that down. There will be a nut of the main wire. And there is also the small wire, which is on the back. There's no way, obviously, to shove the camera there. So I will have to do it off the camera. Here you can see, remove the plastic cover on the main stud with the 12mm nut and the wrench already sitting on top of it. This will be way easier if it was two-wheel drive model, but what can we do? Today we got a 4-wheel drive, so we will show how it is removed on this one. That small wire, the signal wire for the solenoid, it's easiest with a long screwdriver. You push on the tab, which is visible, and right from here you pull on that wire and it nicely slides toward to the front. And the next step, it's coming from here around this exhaust, and I will try to get you closer. You are looking on those bolts. There are 2 super long bolts holding that starter in that position over there. This is another perfect example why we own mechanics, technicians. We own so many tools. You really need a long extension. Now these bolts are normally very tight, so instead of 3/8, which will kind of give, ideally you have a half drive tools. It's a number 14 on the swivel. I would love to bring you closer, but I need some space to work on it. So I'm just confirming this is the one. I'm looking at the starter from here. Yes, that's the bottom mount. Let's see. Okay, this was loose because the owner, he said he already kind of thought he can do it himself, but then he said, you know what, I will give it to the Peter. So normally this is very, very tight. He told me about it, fortunately. So I'm not questioning anything. And the top one, again, I'm looking which one it is. I can actually see, especially on the top one, there were the marks. There were marks, fresh marks from the socket. So yeah, normally this is tight, guys, trust me. It's hard to break it loose. Okay, now I can change to the 3/8 because I'm just getting the bolts out. So you will see, it's pretty long. You will agree, and that's the top one right there. Easy to reach there. Obviously do it when the engine is not too hot. You will burn yourself on this. Just use the, if you do it yourself, use the common sense. Okay, the other bolt is loose, I can take it. The starter is still sitting in its place, that's fine. The bottom bolt is longer, this one is a little bit shorter. And now this starter don't go out very often, I don't do it very often. Last time I did it, it was 97 4Runner 4-wheel drive, and the starter will not make it out through here. I had to open that side behind the wheel. So let's see if on 2001 Tacoma, and I grab the starter, if there is enough space to make it out through right here. And you just witnessed, this was the easy one. Here is the new versus old. You always, if you replace parts in general, you just compare them so you are not wrestling in part which will at the end not fit there. So obviously this came from Toyota. He bought it searching the VIN using his VIN number, so they are identical. Just want to show you to compare them. Basically, yes, absolutely identical. That was that electric connector from underneath. I was pushing with that screwdriver here, and that allowed me to pull that connector out. So you can see the detail of it. So yeah, I'm ready, basically. Put the new baby in. Just for a kick of it on that 4Runner, because it didn't go through here. The way is on the back of this brake line holder, there is, I believe, 12 millimeter. So you loosen this, you remove that, and you push this line slightly to the left, and then the starter came out through here. But as we discovered, 2001 Taco, there's no need for it, and it perfectly made it through here. I personally don't blame anybody if you will pay somebody hour of the labor or whatever they will ask for, and you will not do it yourself. Obviously, I have the great luxury of the lift. I just position the truck easily up. I'm standing here. It's way different than somebody crawling underneath it in some gravel parking lot or a grassy parking lot and trying to deal with it, not having maybe such a nice long extensions, which I showed you, right? It's not so easy, so I fully understand. No shop should charge some outrageous labor for this, because as you can see by yourself, this is relatively easy in my environment. This owner is subscriber, so all my claims I'm making right now I have to keep, obviously, because he will watch the video. He will see how easy it was. So if I charged him 2 hours of labor or 3 hours, he will be coming back and screaming at me. I'm sure he will, because he will watch the video. He also loosened the bolts for me, right? He almost went for it himself. He loosened the bolts for me, so I better give him a discount. This is funny. Let's use the power tool, just finish them, and then we will torque it. Oh yeah, I saw it pulled. It pulled that starter towards to its mount. So that will be it. This was the 3/8 just for the power tool. Now let's go torque it. All right. Switch the ratchet. Way different story. Right, at how drive tools, everything is big, so it's way easier to put more torque or anything. So I want to have it even, so you will see me, I'm going there and back between these two, but just to do it perfect. Adjust me. Anytime you torque one, then the other one gets loose a little bit. I'd rather do it multiple times and make sure it will never get loose. And the starter, it's in the good position, the contact is good, and everything's fine. Now I will be reaching for those electric connectors. And you know it's just reverse, they are going backwards, so I will start with the small one, the small connector, that signal wire. I cleaned that a little bit, but listen for that click. Oh yeah, it clicked here, and also the next door lift clicked, so I'm not sure if you heard it, but yes, it's engaged. Now we have that 12mm brand new nut which was supplied with the new starter. It's nice and shiny. Maybe I should have removed it before, but whatever. I will get in your way and grab it. And now is the main wire, right? The supply, the 12 volt. That's the one direct from the battery. I will help myself again. Not to drop that 12mm puppy. So sorry, I'm in your way. Oh, Okay, and now we will make sure this needs to be tight, right, at 12 millimeter main supply. And I will choose the 3/8 ratchet with a flexible head. Switch it again, and look at that. I'm not sure how much you can see it. It's, again, that's why I'm saying I don't blame anybody if you pay for this, because it's just hard to put the hands around when it's a 4-wheel drive. If it was 2-wheel drive, everybody has to do it themselves. Yes, it's way too easy. 4-wheel drive, not a problem. Pay someone. Look at it. It's tight, super tight. Will not fall off. This is the plastic cap, still original Toyota. That's basically to prevent any contact to possible ground. So this is an active positive wire, needs to be kept. Somebody works around with a tool, you will touch it, there will be sparks, so this needs to be put back. And look at this beauty. We've got here beautiful new starter on this V6 5EZFE engine. I better don't forget to put back this cover. How was it there? This way? I think so. There are many times missing these things, but surprisingly the front and the rear ones are still here after those 221,000 miles. Some new brake rotor. So the owner is definitely taking care of his baby, we can see that. And last but not least, there is a core on these parts, that's why they are being remanufactured by the OEM. So this baby has to be returned in this original box, otherwise the core will be not returned. At least that's what it says. So hush hush little baby, have a nice sleep. We wishing you nice dreams and nice future life when you will be reused and returned to some other Tacoma or 4Runner. So this is end of this fairy tale, my friend. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you are subscribed. I have way more coming your way soon. Have a good day.